Yes, come in, hit the like and share button. If you're on Twitter, pump those hearts, show some digital love. Why are we in the green today? Why is cryptocurrency pumping? I'm going to be honest with you, I was a little fatigued, but when I saw Bitcoin, oh, it just went up. It was at 32,000 right before I hit this go live. It was at 32,000 plus. Ooh, don't you love these green days? Right. It was at 32,000 plus before I hit the go live button. Now it's at the 333. My numbers, transformation up 11% on today. Ethereum, the double 77, $1,774. We even have BNB token up 6% today as well, $230. Gotta love Soul. Soul has been doing its thing. $32 today, 11% gains. ADA, 6.54% up at 28 cents today as well. Look at the link though, right? I'm specifically going to talk about Bitcoin and Chainlink today. Bitcoin and Chainlink specifically. So again, come in, hit the like and share button. And guess what? Chainlink is not a part of the ISO 2022 tokens. It seems to be all the novice or beginning crypto people know about. But I have been telling you all about Link, the Oracle. Definitely, definitely my favorite crypto. My number uno. Well, I won't say that because Bitcoin is my, the king of crypto. But definitely my favorite is number two. Dogecoin. Okay, look at Doge doing this thing. 10% gains on today as well. Why is crypto pumping? Right? Why is it smart to put your cash into this as we have Thorchain up 20% so that your cash can fight against inflation? Well, you see it. Now, historically, right, November is considered as pump November, specifically for Bitcoin, which means during the month of November, we see Bitcoin doing this thing, begin this bull run and pumping beginning in November, right? History does may not repeat itself, but it often rhymes, right? And what I mean by that is the same patterns that go on in the past happens again in the present tense, right? The same type patterns. It may not. It may be a different name, right? Like you got Spanish flu, and then you have C19. So it might be a different name, but the same symptoms, the same consequences, bankrupt the economy, blah blah blah. So aren't you glad? As I am talking and live streaming, Bitcoin is continuing to go up 33,404. Hello, Double P. Hello, Patrice. She just sent me a text a few minutes ago from IG talking about cryptocurrency. So, my crypto students and prosperity makers are in the house. The only people that's going to be sad when we are out of the financial system of the United States dollars is people that did not convert those dollars, their cash, into commodities and crypto and asset, right? As they would say in the church world, it won't be nobody mad but the devil. Because hey, you had opportunities. Again, Bitcoin in November is called Pump November. Usually begin its up ticking, begin its bull run, going into December. I am so excited because then we have January, February, March, April coming in 2024, and the Bitcoin halving is scheduled for the first quarter of next year. And traditionally, again, history may not repeat itself, but it often rhymes. Traditionally, what happens after a Bitcoin halving is things just go parabolic, and you know, all altcoins that are legalized by law, right, will rise with Bitcoin. So we got BlackRock, spot Bitcoin, FTF. This is what it is, people. The spot ETF. Did I say ETF at first? I'm so excited. Now listed on NASDAQ trade clearing firm. So now spot Bitcoin ETF is listed on NASDAQ. Hello, Hog Major. I got all my people in. People that's been rocking with me since 2018, since I stopped talking about credit repair and started flipping the game and talking about crypto, and like Noah, right? Before you can see the rain clouds and the rain coming, you all start building your art. You start believing in my advice. You've been rocking with me, staying with me, even in the red and the green. Even when people, naysayers, were saying that crypto is a scam, it's pump and dump, it's not going to be. You saw the vision for yourself, and you believe in my vision and my education. And thank you. Right. Because we all about to be rich, rich again. I say again because I held on to my crypto when Bitcoin went at 69K and, you know, at its all time high. And I regretted it. I was like, oh man, I should have cashed out. But the only thing I was thinking about was my taxes, right? Like, you got to calculate your taxes, right? And I did not know. I'm gonna give you all some free game so you can get prepared. I did not know then what I knew now, which was that I could have easily converted my gains into a stable coin, like a tether, and not get taxed. Because at that time, when Bitcoin hit its all time high, at that time, the housing market, the price was grossly overpriced, right? And so its all time high was November 2021. I'm like, well, the only thing I would sell my crypto for is real estate, like real estate. That's why it's called real estate. And I'm like, I'm not overpaying for these houses and condos. They are overpriced. I don't care how low the mortgage rate was on the mortgage rates, because it made no financial sense to me to get locked in at 2, 3, or even 4% interest rate, and then to only overpay 20, 30, or 40% on the real estate. Right? That still didn't make any sense. They just uploaded on the front end, gave me a low entry interest rate. So I'm like, I'm not doing it. So what happens now, Queen, if you hit an all-time high and you still feel like real estate is overpriced? I put it into Tether, put it in USDC, as long as put it into Tether, right? As and keep that stability until I get ready to make my next chess move without getting taxed, right? As long as I don't convert it back into the digital dollar system, US, DC, or my bank account, I'm fine. I don't get taxed. So I didn't know. Yeah, I'm so grateful to you as well, crypto. You said crypto army. I got you. You ready to be Oprah rich? That's that rich, rich, right? That Oprah rich is that rich, rich. That's that Scrooge McDuck rich, where you wake up in the morning and take a swim in your gold. Let's look at that real quick. Like, don't you all know that they were teaching you through cartoons what real money is and was, right? They were teaching through cartoons, illustrations, what real money really was. And when you don't have a financial education, you can't um you don't understand that that's, or you don't realize rather that that's what they're showing. Yeah, that Richie Rich Rich right there. Oh, I love that one. Okay, I take that one. I like that one. That Richie Rich Rich. I love it. That Richie Rich. Yeah, you got to, and then I can bring up Richie Rich. Um What's the science for today? Right now, I'm talking about Bitcoin and AI, artificial intelligence, and blockchain technology. Is there any more science that you want to go into? As Scrooge McDuck says, as he has his Bitcoin gold coins, give me more of that coins. Bitcoin is the new gold with the double G. Okay, okay, Scrooge. So let's get back to ETF. I got off topic. Let's get. I'm just so excited, right? Some people say money doesn't make them happy, but I'm like, just when you say money, it forces you to smile. You don't believe me? Just watch this. Watch this. See, money. See, just the last pronunciation of money. You gotta smile. So if it don't make you happy, I can see it not giving you joy, but it at least ought to make you happy because happiness is connected with smiles, right? So the Bitcoin Exchange Traded Fund ETF proposed by investment firm BlackRock has been listed on the Depository Trust and Clearinghouse Corporation (DTCC), suggesting potential approval by the United States Security and Exchange Commission. So this was today, 10/23. We got the X. This is the formerly, next year is going to be the year of the X, right? And X is the 24th letter in the alphabet. So you got the 23rd, the X. Bloomberg ETF said the DTCC listing is all part of the process. And, I'm going to stop and pause right here for the cause. Even when crypto goes in the red, right? I want you to remember it is all a part of the process. It's all a part of the process, right? Getting rich, I don't believe in get rich quick, schemes, but I do believe in get rich quicker. Having a plan better than the 40-40-40 plan. Work 40 years. Now it's 40 plus hours a week, only to retire and get 40% of your pay that you was accustomed to for 40 years. So BlackRock is leading the charge on these logistics that tend to happen just prior to the launch. These are the iShares of Bitcoin Trust that has been listed on the Depository Trust and Clearinghouse Corporation, the DTCC, already. So we got IBTC, iShares. And I would go on record as saying that, I was not initially a fan of BlackRock adopting these ETFs because I knew that it would be monopolized, which means that a corporation would have the control over, right, over Bitcoin. And Bitcoin, the vision of it, or they would have exclusive possession or control of, right? Bitcoin. And Bitcoin was created to be the people's currency, where it did not want to be monopolized and sole possession and et cetera, et cetera. However, it will bring some stability to Bitcoin, which we don't see a whole lot of the pumps and dumps and the ups and downs and the crashes and the highs and the lows. And, as if I was telling people, if you didn't get into the king of crypto, right? Because I don't have my phone. Because at $33,000, you will have to put a substantial amount in there in order to inflate your money and have a significant gains so you can sustain this recession, right? And so that's why I, told people get in cheap, get in early. When it's in red, right? When the blood in the streets, that's when you want to get it when it's low. But unfortunately, people have what's called FOMO, which is the fear of missing out. And they get it when they see it on the uptrend and they buy it high. And then if it falls and drops again, which again, this ETF will bring some stability, then they want to sell low. And that's like a no-no. That's financial investing 101 of the do nots, the do not do, right? Main thing about financial investing, buy low, and if you want to cash out, sell high, right? So Chainlink, 40% in a week. This is not, see, this is why I Been telling people to purchase my PDF book. You all, it is only $21. And my thing is too, if you've made any money with me, any money from my financial advice, any money from me live streaming, any money from my studying and relaying that information to you over the internet, because that consumes my time, right? Then just get the book to support, right? But Chainlink is here. It is in the book, the Oracle, right? And it is not a part of the ISO 200, no, 2022 tokens. It's not listed. And I'm telling people, look, if those are the only cryptos that you're going to get in, then I feel bad for you, son, because you might have 99 problems, but money won't be one if Chainlink is in your portfolio. And so Chainlink is pumping 44% and in just 1 week. And this is because Chainlink has, as we see the 11 here, resistance level, remarkable $11 per link, is already connected and collaborated with the Swift system, right? And so with this, as they are now locked up into staking and early access into staking, it is growing with more of advanced payments and staking systems. So those are or this is the reason, or one of the reasons why we're seeing 40% just in beast mode gains this week. And so, with that being said, you are able to get into early access of staking. Again, it has already collaborated. Let me show you all this other link with the Swift financial system. It has application layers in Web3, collections, the social part, DeFi, decentralized finance, and it offers decentralized services as well. Automation, proof of reserve, security, a good infrastructure layer of foundation. And so you all, the Oracle is doing what it is made to do, as Ray Charles would say, just making it do what it do, baby, right? And so I love Chainlink. I always talked about it. And again, the 2022 tokens, not against, you got your XRP. I mean, this is Google information. IOTA, XDC, HBAR, XLM, Algo. I do have the XRP. I have some XLM, definitely have some HBAR. And that's about, and I have just a little bit of CDC, right? I don't have any. Oh yeah, and I purchased Quant. Quant is like $97, but I didn't do much with Algo. Not saying that this just, I just didn't, and I'm not saying it's not going to improve as well. So economics 2.0 Chainlink is what it's going to do, and it will capture revenue while reducing costs. So look at these D apps, right? These D applications that are listed here as well. And it's building fees that are connected to these, the revenue sharing fees that are, and the stakers and staking and the network. All of these blockchain, and if I want, you may not can see this real good, but Bitcoin and Ethereum logo is right here. That these blockchains are connected to these D applications, right? The Oracle doing what it does. And so, yeah, love that. Love the gains today. Position for the greatest wealth transfer that this generation has ever experienced as Bitcoin continues, as I'm live streaming to pump and do its thing at 33,600. Ether went up about $3 since this live stream as well. If you're into meme coins, let that be just money that you don't need, that you can, whether you roll 7-Eleven or I haven't played dice. I don't know much about dice, but crap out. I know there's a terminology in dice. Dogecoin. Even though I've taught on Dogecoin, I have some old videos on that. You can Google my channel about why I do believe in Doge. But at the same token, it is a meme coin, right? Like Shiba Inu. And so until proven otherwise, we we handle it as such, right? We don't put money that we cannot afford to lose into meme tokens. We have to put it in um, tokens and cryptos that will definitely be approved by law, and that's going to continue to rise. Another article I'm going to share real quick: Can Bitcoin surge to 60 or in price and 60K by the end of this year? So ever since BlackRock announced its plans to apply for permission to create, and let me know in the comments, what do you all think? You think that BTC Bitcoin can get to 60K by the end of the year? Listen, fast as Bitcoin move, Bitcoin can do that, right? And so with BlackRock again, BlackRock is just a beast in business that it could surge past 30K, definitely into that. And some analysis, blockchain analysis, said that crypto can soar above definitely 50K to go above its all-time high of November, well, that it reached in November 2021, a 69K. So that would mean that an increase of about $1 trillion in the market cap of Bitcoin will have to happen. And BlackRock approval ETF products can definitely do that easily, right? Because BlackRock has about $15.6 trillion in assets under their management. Yeah, so no problem at all. And this is how much money theory could just flow through Bitcoin, right? So hey, love it, love it, love it. You all keep converting that depreciating dollar into appreciating assets. Keep inflating your dollars to fight inflation. And let's prepare for the greatest wealth transfer. Libra. Look at you, Libra. I am a Libra as well. 926 representing Libra. B, let me know when your DOB is. What's your date of birth? You're welcome and glad you came out. This is my first time seeing you on the channel. Glad you're tuning in. Simply Skanika. Okay, okay. Hello, Paulo. Hello to you as well. So Libra Queen, let me know. I probably should change my Facebook name to that. Okay, okay. 928. Some cool people. Used to date a man from the Caribbean whose birthday was 928. This is the only thing though, right? When our Libra scale wasn't balanced, oh, that didn't work out too long. But when it was balanced, it was balanced. We were good. But when those scales, one was up, one was down, one was east, one was west. Woo-hoo. One thing about Libras, okay, I'm sorry, Shanika, I got you, simply Shanika. One thing about Libras, right, and I'm gonna say this and I'm logging out because I'm just in a good mood, is that we might fall out, but we're gonna be back talking again. We might fall out, but we're gonna be cool again. Libras, don't worry about it. Your man is a Libra too. Yeah, sometimes our scales just don't balance, honey. We have difference of opinion. It is, but when they balance, when we there, we own it. So you might fall out, might stop talking temporarily, but you're gonna be back talking again. It's cool. It's just Libra thing. We all right. Yeah. As long as you understand it, we cool. Right. I'm logging off, you all. Be allergic to broke. That's what my shirt said. You can't see the bottom. Love you all. Let's get rich in this recession. Queen out. Have a great rest of your night. Yeah. Okay, let me read this. China, U.S. government own most of BTC. Mike Seller is buying BTC for JP Morgan. Ooh, yeah, ETF, that's going to be crazy. Let me look that up. Let me see, can I get some information? Mike Saylor buying Bitcoin. He needs to buy for JP Morgan because JP Morgan, Chase, Bank of America is four of them. The big banks. Let me pull that live stream up, see if I can find it. They $85 billion have left the banks this year alone. Billion with a B, right? Also known as big money, have left the big banks. And let me see, can I find it? Yeah, JP Morgan Chase, Citigroup in 3 months to be exact. So what do you think the banks are doing as depositors are pulling money out? They take, most people don't know that banks um, take your money that you get direct deposit in there and they reinvest it. They don't just let your money sit idle. Well, they may give you 2% on it, right? Well, you can be flipping your own money, but Michael Saylor's Microsoft Strategies, 150 mil to add to Bitcoin stockpile. This is recent news. The firm held 158,000 Bitcoin is worth 4.1 billion and bought an additional 150 million since August 1st. You all, success has clues, right? If you want to be rich, do what the rich and wealthy do. See where they put their money and how to hold on life and be patient, and your time will come. So 84 billion exited JP Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo, and Citigroup. This was October 20th, right? It lets you know the banks are going to bankrupt. I agree, D Hard. The banks are on the verge of bankruptcy, and this financial system reset is on the way as they switch to CBDCs, digital currency. And the thing about that is you won't have control of your money. The government could freeze your bank account through central bank's digital currency, right? And this is why, right, they could freeze your bank account if this becomes a reality, which it definitely could be, because they already started testing the CBDCs the summer of this year. So because of the block of country BRICS, and I just shared some information about, a more BRICS nation. Countries have already committed to join BRICS. So you all know that BRICS is for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. So on August the 22nd to double 22, the BRICS countries summit was held in Johannesburg. It's similar to the G8 meeting when Western powers like the United States, Great Britain, and Germany meet. So during the BRICS summit, Russian President Putin took aim at the United States dollar system. He hates that countries are forced to hold United States dollars in reserve to facilitate global trade, right? And he hates the fact that they're trading their real commodities, right? Gold, silver, oil, agriculture, for money that's lost 98% of its purchasing power since 1971. Just paper money, monopoly money, right? And so Putin said in the conference that the process of de-dollarization is gaining space and that it is irreversible. Putin is gone on record saying that they're about to do something they have not. This Russia and China, they're about to do something that has not happened in 100 years, right? So the last time something like this happened, when President Nixon shocked the world in 1971, when France came on his warships and demanded its paper bills could convert it into gold. I think the United States was bankrupt. I don't think they had it. I don't know what they're doing at Fort Knox, but I don't think they had the gold. I really don't. And so, with that being said, I'm trying to find that article about other big BRICS countries joining. 39 ready to join in 2024 alone. I found that article next year. And so, with that being said, France wanted to come over here. They was on their warships because they couldn't fly the gold back in their warplanes. And before they made it to U.S. ground, let's see what's going on there. Close. Okay, here we go. During Bonanza episode, if you know about Bonanza show, popular show, Nixon came on air and removed the convertibility of the dollar, right? Off the gold standard, he had no choice. And so this contributed to inflation that the country experienced in 1970. And the BRICS countries combined has a population of $3.3 billion. That makes up more than 25% of GDP. GDP is gross domestic product. So when people say, oh, the U.S. military is strong, 3.3 billion people with 39 countries ready to join again. You know, as Tupac said, it's U.S. against the world, me against the world, right? It's not a good scenario. And so the United States won't let the dollar go without a fight, right? And it's going to come up with a counter offense against de-dollarization. And this counter offense, CBDCs, could reset, replace, and potentially freeze dollars in your bank account. So that's what makes Bitcoin special. There's no third party in it. They can't control it. They can't freeze it, can't manipulate it. If you want to send it to me, matter of fact, you can anytime you want to. You can cash app to me or just anything. So ever since the Bretton Woods Agreement in 1944, which had 44 countries, right? The world had used the dollar as its global reserve currency. And nearly 80 years, the dollar has been the currency for international trade and for countries to hold in their foreign reserves. So the government, right, has allowed the U.S. government to run the consistent deficit, for decades to run this. And they kept the United States at a high standard of living. And this is why I live stream about spirituality all the time, because you have to understand what the purpose of the war is really right now between United States, Israel, Ukraine, UK. Like, most Americans don't know what it's really about. Right? They just thinking, is it Hamas? I mean, is it Hamas? Yeah. Yeah. It's about this. It's what it's about. And so the United States puts sanctions, and they have major nuclear power. Like if the U.S. sanction a major nuclear power like Russia, Southern Asian countries, right? The Western rules, they will rule this. So now this currency will be digital. There will be no paper bills. Countries can exchange with one another. You won't be able to use this digital currency to buy your coffee as I'm drinking my Starbucks. It will be used as a global settlement currency for international trade. And if this happens, over a quarter of trade moves away from the dollar, and it will weaken our currency. And it will have repercussions for every America. The U.S. won't take the threat of the dollar lying down, however, and again, that's why Biden asked for $105 billion with the B for war. And they're going to do everything to protect it. Now, war is paid by taxpayers, which is going to cause inflation. So this is going to make 2008 look like a flesh wound, right? So a digital dollar could counteract the challenge of BRICS currency. but it will also cause a threat on your financial privacy. That's why the IRS tax laws for 2024, well, for this year going into 2024, has already changed. So I'm not saying I know with 100% certainty that this is how it play out, but I do believe we are right at the point of a CBDC, and you need to protect yourself, right? Chinese President Jinping, Putin, the leaders of other countries are taking steps right now to challenge the dollar supremacy, and that will weaken the dollar. But guess what? Dun, 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 dun. You got Bitcoin, God's money, gold. I always talk about silver, right? Under $40. Everybody should be able to afford silver. Silver is both an industrial metal as well. And Bitcoin and gold will pump because gold and silver has to be used to reset this currency system when the reset happens. That's why it's highly likely that November 17th, we will see a government shutdown because it's going to take some time to get this into play. Now, according to the Simpsons, right, and the Simpsons predictions always come true, we're going to see can't think of her name, the vice president, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're going to see the vice president, the lady, take over his office. So they already talk about impeaching Kamala Harris. Yeah, that's it. Kamala Harris. They already talk about impeaching Biden. Usually, what happens in an election year, the economy won't go to. They keep the economy up and up floating through the election year. So again, the pendulum can swing either way. But I think it's going to go down like Frazier, as Muhammad Ali would say, on Biden's watch. And we will see if the Simpsons prediction of Kamala Harris serving as president, first female president, will come to pass. Everything else the Simpsons said is come to pass. We'll see. Okay, for real this time. I'm logging out. For real. Louisiana had a 25 car stockpile today because of the fog. Oh, wow, really? See, I don't watch the news that much. So thank you for putting me up on game. As we had New York that was flooding underwater a couple of weeks ago. Um, let me see. I looked that up. Louisiana fog stockpile. 25 cars, not that bad. All right. But that is interesting. It's just, just 25 cars. Let's see. Let me just Google that real quick. Oh, wow. Okay. And no, it says at least 7 dead in Louisiana pilot. That is big. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm glad I looked that up real quick. Um, at least 7 dead in Louisiana. Dozen of cars on I-55 West, wildfire, smoke, and dense fog combined to create low visibility. It's phenom. It's sometimes called super fog.
Power through every season with True Fuel, the precision engineered.
Well, I have to wait 10 seconds for this ad to stop. Let's just watch this. And then I'm going to log out for real. Like, yeah.
Multiple cars just crushed. 18 wheelers that you could see were set ablaze. And
just a horrible scene on Interstate 55 west of New Orleans on Monday. Dozens of vehicles were involved in a series of pileups in dense fog. And
oh, wow, it was bad. It looked like a semi Katrina all over again. Makes you things that make you go, Because you know what Katrina did? Gentrification to Louisiana. Gentrified Louisiana. to the max, right?
And smoke. Chris Vanacore drove through it right across this bridge as tangled piles of vehicles burned, and he heard more crashing.
You know, people are getting injured. You're thinking about people, that's somebody's mom, that's somebody's brother, wife,
The wreckage stretches for what seems like miles. And remember, this is on a bridge where people had nowhere to go. It all happened when smoke from nearby wildfires and fog combined to create what's sometimes called super fog.
The fog was so dense, it was super, super thick. You could probably only see 10 feet in front of you. It was very, very scary, to say the least.
State police say dozens of cars were involved in multiple crashes at different points along the interstate. At least one person was killed, according to the Associated Press. The governor said the number of injured was unclear, but he put out a call for blood donations. Vanacore was able to exit the interstate safely, but about 100 people were stranded amid the chaos.
That's in the back of my head at this point, is that everybody's okay and they can get home to their families and their loved ones. And
Oh wow. Thank you for sharing it with me, D Hard, because I did not know. I'm not watching the news as much. If I don't see it on the articles when I do my do my research, then I just don't know. That is horrible. Wildfires. That's common in California. As Bitcoin is close to 34K. I said 33,000. 689, but that's common in California, but that's not common to see in Louisiana. And this is why I usually, not only because it preserves gas, but I usually don't drive with my tank on a fourth a tank or even close to E. Like when it gets to a half a tank in my vehicles, I fill up. Whenever it gets to a half a tank, I filled up. And it's just things like this. Imagine people that was on that bridge that maybe had low gas and they couldn't, last that long, and they're stranded for hours. Wow. Wow. All right, you all, let's pray. Let's get prepared. Let's get positioned. Let's get positioned because this is just the beginning, right? It's just beginning. The Bible does says money answers all things, but, I'm also, praying for your mental, emotional, and spiritual peace as well. Because it's going, and even if you do come up financially, right? What if you're not at a state where you can help family members who did not heed your information? Now, some people might be like, I don't, Queen, if I tell them and they didn't take heed, I'm cool. Right? But if it's someone you really, really love and you see them struggling financially, it's still going to have some type of effect on you. So, um, pray, meditate, get yourself in a most peaceful state. Take care of your health. Health is wealth, you all. It's ever chance. A time to get on the best health eating plan that you can. Now is it, right? And speaking of this, you talking about the fog in Louisiana. While we got other people preparing for a snowstorm, millions in October, right? Look, I'm not even gonna say I'm logging off anymore, but we're gonna listen to this. At people from the Rockies Plains could see up to foot of snow this week. So you know what weather does to the economy as well.
From the Rockies to the Plains, could see up to a foot of snow as a Pacific storm blows in from the west. Let's get a check on the weather threat with Paul Goodlow from our partners at the Weather Channel. Temperatures are really dipping, Paul.
We are dealing with a pattern change coming into the West Coast. Well, tomorrow, not bad. Temperatures, again, it's late October, so nothing unusual. Got 60s and 70s. Gone are the 80s, 90s, even 100-degree temperatures we had across the Southwest. But here's the beginning of the change. Some rain and some snow across the higher terrain as we have this deeper trough come through and the storm system develop we'll have that colder air come through from Canada and really cool down the higher terrain, and some moisture in play here as well. We're talking big-time snows from the northern Rockies pushing out towards the northern plains here. And both models, the European as well as the American model, yeah, we got a big-time snow event from the Four Corners to the Rockies into the northern plains as we head through most of this week.
Okay, Paul Goodlow, thank you.
Wow, so preparing for that as well. You're welcome, Patrice. Thank you all. You all have a great night. Let's prepare and get positioned and pray. Queen.